The Genesis Radium 350D is a microphone advertised to deliver a good sound quality and be ideal for both studio and gaming usage. However, this microphone is best used for streaming and video game voiceovers. Given its sleek and compact design paired with the affordable price tag, this microphone appears to be a good choice for both gamers and streamers, and in this review, we will see what makes it good. The Genesis Radium 350D is a gaming and streaming oriented cardioid microphone that has plenty of features to make it worth your money. For starters, the design. This microphone is a good looking thing, for a microphone that is. There are no useless RGB LEDs anywhere to be seen, and the black paint has a smooth finish on all surfaces of the microphone. In terms of the pricing, this microphone can be had for around $70 or US, at least at the time of this review, and for this amount of money you do get a lot, but more on that later into the review. Speaking of the surfaces, this microphone is well made, built from solid metal and has a hefty weight to it. In fact, this thing weighs in at 639 grams, which is not lightweight at all. The microphone has a few accessories included, but nothing out of the ordinary. You get the already installed metal base that will do a good job holding the microphone in place, and you get a height extender that will essentially raise the microphone by a few centimeters on the stand. You also get a USB Type-A to USB Type-C cable, which has a length of 250 centimeters or 2.5 meters. The USB Type-C connector is in fact a detachable adapter, and it reveals an integrated USB Type-C connector, and thus this cable is in fact a USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable with the USB Type-A adapter attached. Going back to the microphone, it has a simple design and I like that. It's more studio oriented than gimmicky. Nevertheless, the all black casing is good and will match with whatever setup you have. The arm that holds the microphone in place is solid and has an adjustment knob on its side. It's an adjustment knob, but it's more like when you tighten to secure the microphone in place rather than adjusting something. It's a simple system that it works. It will not do much in terms of dampening any shocks you might cause the microphone, but it will prevent the microphone from changing positions even if you bump it by mistake. This microphone is made from metal, as I've said multiple times. The mesh that covers the microphone is also made from metal, but it has a light silver texture, also smooth like the rest of the casing surface. The microphone is advertised to have an integrated foam pop filter on the inside of the metal mesh, of course. It's not as effective as an external pop filter, but even so, it's a good thing to have, especially at this price point. In terms of the connectivity, this microphone is using just a single USB Type-C port located on the bottom part of the microphone body. There isn't much to say here. It's a standard connector that will work with either the included USB Type-C cable or any USB Type-C cable that you have, as long as it allows for data transfers. The controls of the microphone are pretty much simple, as at the front of the microphone we have a large dial that rotates both ways and you can press it for added functionality, which in this case is just muting the microphone. This dial is the gain level and will adjust the level of the recording. The small LED above this dial will turn green when the microphone is turned on and red when the microphone is muted. To mute the microphone, all you need to do is press on the dial and it will click into place, muting the microphone. The sound quality is good. Actually, the Radium 350D is a quality microphone. The bass can be a bit too much sometimes, and if you keep your microphone too close to your mouth, but the overall sound delivered by this microphone is great, and in the case you haven't noticed already, this entire review has been recorded using the Genesis Radium 350D as the microphone of choice, albeit with some small tweaks here and there for the sound in terms of post-processing. And if we remove the post-processing, then we get this. The raw sound, unedited and with zero adjustments. Also, here is how a keyboard sounds like next to the microphone. And this is a keyboard that uses Cherry MX Blue switches, so the loudest of them all. And as you can hear, the background noise is actually quite well isolated at the end of the day. It's not perfect by any means, you cannot really compare the Radium with the Blue Yeti for example, but it's pretty close. Speaking of the Blue Yeti, this is how it sounds like, used in the same condition as the Radium and with zero edits and adjustments. The sound is better of course, but it's not a night and day difference by any means. The Genesis Radium 350D is a microphone that will take you by surprise. It's really well made, on the same level as the Blue Yeti for sure, solid metal body, great metal stand and extension. The price is good too, at around €70 or US. It's a good value microphone when we look at what other manufacturers have to offer. And thus, if you want a good microphone that sounds great and is well made for a fair price, then the Genesis Radium 350D is a great choice for you. That is, if you can find it in stock in your area. If you like this review, then you might consider subscribing for more, and if you want to support me in a direct way, then in the description below you will find the links for both the Patreon and the subscriber start pages of this channel.